If I was the GM in Cleveland,
I
and
would have traded him outside the conference if I could.
no, I
Division,
would have
rather.
went after A.J. Brown. If I'm Cleveland, I'm going after disgruntled receivers that want the ball. There's no doubt about it. If a top-tier receiver comes to Cleveland, they're going to get fed Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's meal all in one.
And you know what else they're going to be? They're going to be home to watch everything early in January because they ain't going to win, Cam.
That's right.
That's not true. When you think about the Cleveland team now, they're doing everything right except for producing offensive.
Hello and welcome. This is Who You Got Live. I'm Sun-EB7 and thank you for joining. I wanted to make this video touch bases on something that Cam Newton said. He always have hot takes, of course. I think at this point, this juncture, he's the king of hot takes. But he said some things that's interesting, even though, some of them, I don't know where they're coming from.
You think about the Cleveland team now, they're doing everything right except for producing offensive football and production. So when I'm saying you got a defense that's well and capable, you don't got to do much. We just need a receiver that can at least be comfortable with saying, at my average day, I can give you 80 yards receiving. Man, we're going to flood you at least 8 to 10 times a game. That's minimalistic. Jerry Jeudy is now fizzling out to the degree where we know who he is now. He had plenty of opportunity. He's coming off the best year of last year.
My question for you is...
Okay, Cam's take on the receivers in Cleveland, if I'm them, I'm hot. Here's why. By him bringing up Brown from the Eagles and saying he would, if he was a GM, he would go after Brown because he needs a receiver that wants the ball. Now, here's why that's an interesting take. What do you think Jerry Jeudy and them doing? They have to have a quarterback throw them the ball. Receivers don't have a magnet on their back. This is not electric football. It don't just come to them. They have to have a quarterback that can deliver it. Obviously, those quarterbacks and the way the offense was called, they couldn't get the balls to the receivers. A.J. Brown reads books on the sideline when he gets disgruntled. So pull another disgruntled receiver in because you totally omit the fact that they don't have a quarterback. No, you're not looking at this correctly. I know you're not. There's no way you could be looking at this correctly talking about pull more receivers to Cleveland when their problem is in the quarterback position. RC is trying to tell him, but his takes are way out there like he do a little something before the show. I ain't accusing him of nothing. But I'm just saying that's what it sounds like. It's crazy.
We just need a receiver that can at least be comfortable with saying, at my average day, I can give you 80 yards receiving.
And lo and behold, Cam goes off on his individualism rant. So he's done this before. He does it all the time. When you ask him, which would he rather have, a MVP or a championship, he wants the MVP because he's into himself. Which is fine, to each his own. He's an NFL player, he played in the game. But that's why he didn't win no championships. Look how he thinks. He thinks about himself. He thinks that everything I've done has made me what I am today. I don't need the Carolina Panthers. So why did you get in the draft? Why did you play football? Why did you get into football? Because that's a team sport. Why didn't you play tennis? Why didn't you box? You're a big dude. Why don't you box? Why don't you do something that lets you be you and that don't have to sacrifice a whole team so you can be you? This is how he thinks. This is not an indictment on how talented he is or was and how well he played. He did play well. But his thoughts, if he had those thoughts, if he has the thoughts he have now, back then, his teammates are looking at him thinking, see, I told you. That's why we didn't win. But I'm going to tell you something. I think it's hogwash to sit up here and say that you're going to get on a team sport and become just an individual. I'm not talking about celebrations. People like to call that individualism. It's not. You're okay to celebrate. Everybody does it. What I'm saying is you got a wide open receiver and you need 20 yards for a touchdown. You got a wide open receiver and you tuck it and run it. See, that's individual play. That's the kind of thing that costs championships and Super Bowls, right? Nonetheless, I think for any young person who watches Cam Newton, they're going to get the wrong message. That's not what you should be doing. Marketing yourself, you can market yourself and still be a team player. Deion marketed himself, but he won team games. That's why he won two Super Bowls. He brought Atlanta Falcons from obscurity. And Cam is talking about the reason he's successful is because of his individual accolades. Something is going on. Football has 11 on each side. No one else has that. So you couldn't get on a bigger team sport and then talk about individualism. I cannot believe it. Yes, I can. It's Cam. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm out.